guys, today I'm doing another world map to change your view on the world. So let's get right into it. The white countries are ones that have never been invaded by England. So as you can see, the only ones that aren't in red are Bolivia, Paraguay, Chad, Central African Republic, Republic of Congo, Ivory Coast, Mali, Burundi. Oh no, that's just a landmark. So the answers are Bolivia, Paraguay, Mali, Ivory Coast, Chad, Central African Republic, Republic of Congo, Mongolia, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Belarus, Sweden, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Andorra, Monaco, Vatican City, Guatemala, Burundi, and the Marshall Islands. It's basically inland countries and the ones that no one wants. No offense to anyone living in Mongolia or any of those countries. I apologise if you're watching this. I'm probably going to get loads of hate now. Right, so next one. These countries were all communist at one point. So China and this one here, this very dark red one. What's that one? Let's just go back to our original world map. In fact, we'll just have to have a look on my map on the wall that you can't see, which is Cuba. So China and Cuba looks like they're either still communist or been a long time since. Guinea and Gambia. No, not Gambia. Ghana. What's this one here? That is Gabon, I think. That one is Angola. Then there's Zambia, Tanzania, and Uganda, Ethiopia and Somalia, and Eritrea and Yemen. Then there is Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and then basically all the countries in and around Russia. It's basically most of Asia, parts of Africa, and Cuba. Right, here's the next one. This is what the world would look like if all the countries with coastlines sank. So that's basically all the landlocked places are shown. So you can see Mongolia, you can see Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan. You can see Nepal. You can see, what's that one there? It's Nepal. Bhutan. You can see quite a few others. Most of Africa is actually shown here, and then you can see Bolivia and Paraguay right to the left. It's basically, there wouldn't be much of the world. Most of Europe's gone, all of North America's gone, Oceania, for some strange reason, you can't see. Right, so let's go to the next one. All the places in blue are places where Google Street View is available. So that's the US, the east coast of southern Brazil, you can see South Africa, most of South Africa. New Zealand is very well shown. Hawaii, the outskirts, and some parts of eastern Australia. Pretty much all of Europe and parts of Kazakhstan and Mongolia over here. So not much of the world, as a matter of fact, is viewable on Google Street View. And there are parts in the Middle East as well that you can barely see as well. So I'd mentioned that one. Right, so let's have a look at the next one. This is the longest straight line that you can sail. It goes from Pakistan all the way to the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia for a total of 20,000 miles. And I bet you're thinking, this isn't a straight line. But when you think the Earth is spherical, it is actually a straight line if you think about it. Well, kind of a straight line anyway. Without having to do some any majorly obvious turns. So I thought that one was quite interesting as well. Right, so the next one is going to be really interesting. This is a map that shows to show the countries which countries import the most from. As you can see, most of the world is covered. Most of this Afro-Eurasian continent is Chinese, and in fact I might just go through these in order. Greenland is from Iceland, and Iceland from Greenland. Canada and Mexico, and it's basically all North American countries, apart from Cuba and the US, import from the US. Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Guinea, Suriname, French Guiana, and Brazil, they all go from the US as well. Most European countries, apart from some obvious ones, import from Germany. Most of Oceania actually imports from China as well. And most of Africa imports from either places in the Middle East or other places in Africa. So basically, if you want to destroy a country, don't destroy China if you're one of the Chinese countries, America if you're in the American place, or Germany if you're in Europe, because you'll lose all your stuff. Or if you're in the southern parts of Africa, don't destroy South Africa. Oh, I've just noticed. Central African Republic imports from North Korea. Oh no, South Korea. Which I think is quite interesting anyway. I could spend ages looking at this map. If you don't know what any of these flags are, go look it up. Or you can go look it up by watching my flag series, which is still in progress. If you're wondering, I know I haven't uploaded that in a while, but still. Right, here's the next one. Places. All the places you can see are places with more than 30 people per square mile. So you can see pretty much all of Europe, actually. You can see a nice shape of Europe. And of course, judging by the fact that you've seen this map, you will know that most of that will be able to see. So you can see most of that here. A lot of eastern US and some parts of western US and Mexico and central countries, and coastal. You can see a nice outline of South America here, and you can see parts of Australia, but not that many. So you can see that there are in most places in the world there are less than 30 people per square mile, which I think is quite interesting. Alright, so here's the next one. These are countries that used to own the US. Obviously, the US aren't because they still own the US. So Canada and Mexico, because of the tribal places. Spain and France and the UK and Sweden and Russia, of course, and Japan, which is how they got Hawaii, I think. Don't quote me on that. A little place there, which I don't even know the name of, and another little place here that's part of Russia in it, and then Denmark. So basically Denmark, Holland, France, Spain, UK, Canada, Mexico, Russia, and Japan, they all used to own US territory. Because Tudor times mostly. So, countries by wealth. The blue ones have below $5,000 US as a per person. I think that's supposed to say, but I'm not sure. The green places are 5,000 to 25,000, which is mostly South America and Asia. The orange ones are 25,000 to 100,000, which is just random places by the look of it. So that's Mexico and Colombia and Chile and Uruguay, Saudi Arabia and Oman, Libya Malaysia, whatever that country is. I don't even know what that country is. Let's have a look on my map. I've got several countries by the look of it, actually. That's Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Georgia. And then the red ones are the obvious ones. There's Canada, there's the US, there's the UK, and the used to own the US club, apart from ignore Russia. And the next one is going to be very surprising if you don't have logic. Countries that suffer most from terrorism. So the darker ones are in stereotypically places where you would find terrorists, which isn't surprising because of racism when they get to other countries, which is what I'm guessing, but don't quote me. The lighter countries, like the lighter the country is, the better. So South America doesn't really get much attention unless you're in Colombia, which is odd, I'm guessing. So you can see that countries that are affected most by terrorism, that aren't stereotypically places where terrorists come from, are Nigeria. Russia gets surprisingly a lot, and the US and the UK get not as much as you'd think. I mean, look at the Philippines. It's about the same colour as India and Russia. I could stare at this map all day as well. But I'm guessing you are probably thinking, this is a long video. So, yeah, this has been World Maps Change Your View on the World, Part 2. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe and watch out for episode 3, where I'll show you another 10 maps to change your view on the world. They will include stuff like countries with red in their flags, and countries with blue in their flags, how humans spread across the globe, where people feel most loved, and some of the happiest countries. So it's going to be a more upbeat episode than this time, where we're talking about countries that have been invaded by England, communist countries, where countries import the most from, countries that used to own the US, countries by wealth, countries by terrorism. So this has been a fairly depressing episode if you compare it to the next episode and the previous episode, which we mostly do on size and emissions and stuff, which is actually rather quite interesting. I mean, if you look at that map, that map could keep me entertained as well. I get easily entertained by maps. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.